Good afternoon, world. Welcome to the Caring for Creatures show. My name is Jerry Miller. Thank you so much for joining us here on the I Love Seaville Network. The Caring for Creatures show spotlights Central Virginia's first no-kill animal sanctuary. For more than 30 years, Fluvanna County has been the home to Caring for Creatures, a sanctuary that saves the lives of the most at-risk animals up and down the eastern seaboard. Let's welcome Mary Birkholz and Mallory Luttrell from CFC to the show. I think immediately you will notice that Donna the puppy is eating our microphone over here. And Fez is having a good time with Mallory. Mary, what do we got going on here?
All right. So we have two of our puppies that are Tulips puppies.
Okay.
And if you were with us with Ashley's show, was that just last week?
It was.
Lord knows.
Yeah.
That was the litter that you saw in the videos, and these are two of them. This happens to be Donna that I'm holding, and Fez is over there with Mallory. Both are available for adoption, and today we thought we would just let them taste a little different part of the world than just caring for creatures. And Donna's like, I don't like it. She's been a little bit stressed. They did pretty well on the ride. It was their first car ride, so there are a lot of firsts for them today. So it's a good thing. And Donna's worried because Fez is furthest away from her that he's ever been
In her life. Yeah, so brothers and sisters on set, available for adoption, caringforcreatures.org. We're gonna chatter with Mallory here shortly. Before we do, the week that was, Mary
All right.
Birkholz.
Okay, so we'll thank our wonderful sponsor, Charlottesville Veterinary Hospital. Don't forget, it's still summer, so we're still doing the summer food drive. They are collecting a lot of different food items at the hospital to benefit both Caring for Creatures and the Fluvanna SPCA. So we appreciate, we appreciate whatever you might be able to donate and help some puppies like this and many others. Pet Supplies Plus.
This is going to be a great show.
Pet Supplies Plus is doing a special promotion, and that's with their Redford Naturals dry dog and cat food. If you are there shopping, you pick up a 5-pound bag or larger of either the dog or cat formulas, put it in your basket, and everything you buy, you'll get a 10% discount off of, which is a really good deal. Happy Tails, located at the Lake Monticello area. They're full-service food and toys and what have you for dogs and cats. So if you live out that direction, a really great option to try. So we have a few other July activities, a couple other ones that are still moving. Christmas in July.
Yes.
Over at Patty's Animal Connection here in Charlottesville. And we have a wish list over there. I know. She's talking. We have a wish list that you could choose from, but we're also asking for a financial donation. And with that, Patty can make some really wonderful purchases through her distributor at a much lower price. So we hope you'll please stop by before the 31st and do what you can to help. And then we still have one more Sunday at the Brasserie here on the downtown mall, and we have a review because Mallory and her husband.
Last
Sunday, did you go there last Sunday?
Was
it?
Or
was
not
2
this
Sundays
one, the
ago?
one before. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was really good. We enjoyed it there. Had some mimosas and hung out, ate some good food.
Yeah.
I had a salmon salad that was delicious, and they have these like meatball things that I think they call bitter ballins that are really good.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What'd the man think?
Oh, he's been there before.
Okay.
He's a regular,
that was
I
my
guess.
first time. Yeah, he's been there multiple times and like gone downstairs at like their little
code room.
Yeah. And so that's really cool. But I didn't get the chance to check that out this time. So But it was awesome. It was nice.
Yeah, and I think Connie, she's been on the show, one of our longtime volunteers. I think she said Tuesday.
Yeah,
Or,
they're
no, I don't
going.
know what the heck
Yeah,
day it was,
yesterday.
but yesterday,
Yeah.
that she and her husband are going to stop over Sunday and enjoy a brunch. So maybe you can say hey to Connie.
We have Pam Garrison watching from Country 99.7 WCYK.
Oh, Pam, hi.
She says, caring for creatures is just amazing, and we love Mary.
We love you, Pam.
We are live on 7 channels across the I Love Seville network. I am pinning the donation link in the comments box on all 7 of the Facebook pages. Click that link in the comments section, and it'll take you to a donation portal where you can support Caring for Creatures. You have the Dual Chef Showdown on the horizon. Has a date been set?
Yes, I
Okay.
believe the new date is, and I'm doing this a tad by memory, Monday, August 19th. And there's a 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock sitting. So dualchefshowdown.com. You can
right.
get all the information. And yeah, it's a really fun event. You really, if you can participate. If they have tickets left, I'm not exactly sure if they've sold out yet or
I
not.
think they do. They
I
have
think
tickets.
they
They do.
may have. So please consider attending. I'll be there, and at this point, I'm bringing Diane White with me, our Diane White from Facebook, and
Yes.
God knows whatever else, a lot of things she does. But so we're going to enjoy the meal too.
I love it. I love it. Ashley Cherricks, welcome to the show. Aaron King, hello from Feast. Janet Pruitt-Knight, who works at Rapture. Mallory, one of your friends is saying hello to you.
Oh,
and this
okay.
is Jennifer Shives Bollinger.
Yes. Hi, Jen.
She says hello. Okay, let's cut to the adorableness.
Yeah.
What's happening right here with Fez?
Fez is getting antsy. I
Okay.
think he wants his sister. She's over there sleeping.
Now she's worn out.
So, I gave Mary the good one. But yeah, we have these guys here. They're one of 5 2 of 5 still available puppies from our 70s show litter to Mom Tulip, who's also wonderful. But yeah, we're trying to find them some good homes. So if y'all are watching today and you want a puppy in your life, submit an application because we still have these guys available. So
Caringforcreatures.org to submit that application. Mary, Donna's out.
She's out for the count.
Donna's out for the count.
This is not.
Shows you she's a good dog.
She is.
Yeah.
She, like I said, it was their first car ride, and I was a little bit nervous. I took the long way. The long way has less curves and hills, and even then, they're plentiful. And I was doing good. You know, after the first 10 minutes, they both quieted down, and I went, all right. And I went under the speed limit, and by the time I got into Palmyra, I hear this very strange noise coming from the back of my car, and I went, uh-oh, what's that? Turned the radio down, and I went, oh, yeah, puppy vomit. So
It's their first
To
car.
be
ride.
it's their
expected,
first
yeah.
car ride, and considering it really wasn't that bad. So I really, once I got onto the interstate, you know, that's a little bit better ride.
Nicely job, Harris Tolber, on the close-up of Donna, who's passed out in Mary's arms. Harris Tolber is our director. Mallory, what would Donna and Fez, why would they make fantastic pets?
Well, you know, I think just their breed, they're hound dogs, and they make wonderful family pets. I mean, obviously, pups, they require a good bit of work. If they're going potty every couple hours, they require a lot of attention. They do this sometimes. And, so if you're ready for a pup, you think you have the time and the energy to devote to them, to give them the training that they need, I think that then they're the dogs for you. But they're just, if they're anything like their mom is one of the sweetest, most gentle souls ever, like just a really sweet, sweet dog. You'd be lucking out with one of these guys if they're anything like her. But
If I know you, you have tried to persuade your husband
I,
to take one of these damn dogs home. Have you done that?
the puppies are cute, but
Okay.
this litter, I've been more about the mom.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I take pictures of Tulip, and I'm like, I think she wants us. I think she should be ours, but we'll see. We're not quite there yet for another doggy, but I keep my eyes open all the time at Caring for Creatures for myself.
love it. I love it. It's like your version of shopping.
It is, yeah. It really is, yeah. I always have like 8 dogs in my cart at any given time, so yeah.
Mallory, you're killing it per usual. Mary, the adoption process. You can put them on. Is there a lack of a better phrase? On hold? Is that the right
Yes,
terminology?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what that does, let's say, and it's a process making a decision, you know, and,
It is.
and like Ashley, if you might recall last week, was talking about their personalities and making decisions based on your family setup. You have children or don't, other animals. But once you make that final decision, we ask that you put a deposit, which goes basically towards your adoption fee, and then they're off the market. They're yours until they're ready to go home.
I love it.
So it's easy to do. The hard part is making the selection.
Adrian Brown,
Yeah.
thank you for joining us. Lexi Groves, Kathy Marie, Linda O'Connor. Give it a like and a share. We have pinned the link in the comments section to donate to Caring for Creatures. Every dollar counts. Anything helps. Click the link. It's a secure link, very safe, and you can donate to CFC. Thank you, Heather. You rock for sharing the stream right now. She's watching at CFC. I love these dogs.
Aren't they great?
Yeah. And Harris
They're
is putting
really-
photos on screen of the dogs here. One of them is on hold. Is that
Yeah,
right?
it's
Kelso.
Kelso. That
Kelso?
one you see right there.
Why did
Yeah.
Kelso go so quickly, do you
He-
think?
Kelso's pretty laid back. I think that he'd be doing what Donna's doing over there right now. So he's just kind of a snuggler and pretty laid back. And I think they came in kind of thinking about him, and then they met him and actually went that way. That's not always how it works out. Some folks come in and they have someone completely different in mind, and then they pick someone the complete opposite. It really is a matter of coming in and meeting the puppies and kind of getting a feel for their personalities. Not so much comes out in the short period of time that you're with them, but I think you get at least a feel for who they are and whether or not they'd be a good fit for you.
Who takes these amazing photos? Is this you?
That one is that
What-
when
what
the
is that?
The
basket.
photo of
Yeah.
these dogs are
Hey,
adorable.
does he have the one with staff?
Yes, that's up right now. with
Oh, is
those
that
guys.
up there?
Right there?
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fellas?
Michael
yeah.
and Rodney.
Holding
Michael and
a
Rodney.
handful of dogs right there, Harris
Yeah,
Holder.
wrangling the puppies yesterday. Mary saw them coming up the drive. She's like, "Get your camera, go out there!" So I ran out with my phone. And
They
took some
were,
pictures.
the pups
I
were in
think-
their outside area, and they were
Yeah.
bringing them inside.
Yeah,
for the
Rodney
night.
has them all nicely carried, and then Michael's there dropping them a bit because they get to be a little out of control. But Michael's the rookie; he's a newbie, so
Yeah.
he's still
Well,
getting
they're
a
so
handle
well
of it.
behaved. Like I'm seeing them. We're in downtown Charlottesville here with I Love Seville, and they're well behaved. They're fantastic dogs.
Yeah.
What are the questions that are being asked? I'm sure you're getting. How big will they become?
Oh yeah, but Mom, if she were her full
Healthy weight, yeah.
healthy weight, she is underweight, and we've separated Mom from her litter just because she's struggling just a little bit, and we're working to build her up. But I think she would probably be pushing 60 pounds,
maybe 50,
possibly
60, yeah.
between
Do
50
you think like
and 60.
Franny's size?
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, maybe like with Franny, I think's around 50.
So, it's hard to say, but I felt that these puppies were a little larger for their age than I might have expected seeing her size.
So that means Dad's pretty big.
Exactly,
Probably,
yeah. So, but my impression is, that probably predominantly hound also. The father or fathers, because there's not another look to any of the other litter mates. They all kind of resemble hounds, which, like Mallory said, it's always one of my favorite breeds for families. If they can provide the proper exercise.
Good with kids?
Usually, yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Good with
other dogs.
Good with other
usually,
animals. They're
too.
really
Yeah.
pack animals. Hunting packs is their history and their genetics, and they just sort of are naturally good with other dogs. They're not a breed that most insurance companies will have on their do not
Right.
insure list
Yeah.
because they have some awful thing that someone wrote about them.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Heather D wants to know who your favorite one is, Mallory, because you're changing all the time.
You know, I do flip-flop between these guys. I really liked Kelso. Actually, I really first liked Hyde, and then it went to Kelso. Donna's really growing on me the more I'm around her. Yeah, you know, I really like all of them. It's hard. I flip-flop. Like, whoever I'm hanging out with that day. Today, Fez is my favorite. If you stop scratching my arm so much.
Yeah, you get some scratches over there, girl.
Yeah. They have some gnarly nails on them, though Heather did clip them. That's just puppy nails, I guess.
Yeah,
They're like
they are
daggers.
I would think the dogs coming from CFC, and I don't want to assume, that's why I'm asking. I would think the puppies coming from CFC are very well assimilated with other dogs. Like, here's a good example is my dogs, not so much. They're very well assimilated with the family. When you have another dog at the distance, they get very territorial.
Yeah.
Do we see that with the puppies, or because they're around
They're
other dogs?
pretty young yet, and you know we don't mingle unvaccinated puppies with other adults, other than their mom, for the most part, because you know their immune systems still have not been set, and they've had their initial vaccine and will get their second before they go out on adoption. So, but quite obviously they see them at more of a distance. They're not playing with the other dogs right now. They're playing with each other. So once they... goodness. Once they are adopted, and they'll be ready to meet any other family companions that might be there.
We've pinned the donation link in the comments section, so please donate to CFC. One thing that you mentioned off air, not only donation, but adopt these animals. I mean, we need to pick up some adoptions here.
It's just really been a slow summer.
Yeah.
Mallory and I talked about it the other day, which is one of the reasons we wanted to have
What do you
a couple
attribute
live
that to?
pups. You know,
People are
I always
vacationing.
attribute it to people are occupied a lot more in the summer, especially families, you know, that are taking vacations. And the other thing I realized is at this exact moment, the Flavanna schools open early August. So people could be now gearing up for school and doing whatever you have to do to get kids ready and into school. I think the 8th of August is Flavanna's start day back to school. So I don't know. I do know, and I can say to you that historically summers our donations slow down. It's much different in the summers. So we, you know, if you're here listening to this in a position to make a donation, we certainly would encourage you to consider it. And it's tough because we're as busy or busier with animals. We don't slow down in the summer. I don't know of any really time of the year that we slow down where there's not a need,
Right.
you know, for our services. So it just makes no difference. Always in need.
Pam Allen, welcome to the show. We've pinned
Hi,
the
Pam.
donation link in the comments section. You've spent some time with someone who we have on the show all the time, with Ashley. Maybe in a training setting with some of these dogs. Talk to us about that. I've seen you in the videos.
I love spending, you know, any time that Ashley comes out, I get super excited about just working with some of the dogs and having her give us some tips of what we could be doing to get these guys into a home. And, you know, we've had great success with that, really. Like, the first 2 dogs that she helped us with, Levi and Shadow, was shortly after I started. It was last summer that I believe she came out and kind of helped us. Like, they were dogs that were challenging to get into their pens because they were so eager to see you, and they jump all over you, and it was a very unpleasant experience. So she gave us some things that we could be doing to make that an easier process for everybody. And both of those dogs ended up getting adopted, and they're in, I think, the homes that are the exact right fit for them. Right. We get pictures especially on Levi, of him doing things that we never would have expected. Like we just got some last week of him like at a lake or a pond or something, and there's a kid in the background, and there's another dog, and like
they're off leash,
yeah, off leash, yeah, and he just looks so happy, and I just think that a younger man adopted him that just is, he's like a single bachelor guy, and he wanted kind of a rough and tumble dog, and that's exactly what that Levi was, and he's just, I think, gave Levi exactly what he needed, but Ashley helped us get Levi to that point, because it was scary going into his pen sometimes. I know the first time my husband saw it happen, he wanted to like race down from the dog he was trying to walk to like come save me because I was getting mauled by Levi. But then, after that we worked with Ashley and she really helped us. But yeah, I love whenever Ashley is out. I've actually reached out to her to help with my dog Lucy, so to get her kind of a little less anxious and all that, and help us figure out what we can be doing better with her in the home and all that. So yeah.
What are the first steps you take with vetting the applications coming in?
So, I mean, I usually just...
You're the gatekeeper.
Yeah, I am. There's a lot of things that I'm looking for. The first things I really do, I kind of check to see if they have any other animals and whether or not the animal that they're interested in. I mean, sometimes they just send in a general application, but most of the time it's for somebody, and see if that animal would be okay in a home with other animals should they have them. So that's usually like the very first thing that I check out. And then, I start to see if they have a vet listed and if I can contact them. So I go about reaching out to a vet for a reference to see, what kind of medical care they've provided the animals that they've had, if they've had animals. And then really I kind of start we won't call it interrogation, but my questioning on them with everything and kind of go back and forth, just kind of getting a good feel. And if I have good feelings, then I invite them out to the sanctuary to come meet that dog. And usually I have backup dogs and just other dogs in mind that I think could be a good fit, just because you never know. If it doesn't work out with the one that they have in mind, it could be that someone else is the perfect fit for them. So yeah.
Do you think after 30 years you've perfected this, Mary?
You always think you have, but every dog presents a new challenge, a new personality, and a new figure this one out. Mm-hmm. Who are you? Who are you? Mm-hmm. And the more we can know about that animal, which I think we've kind of perfected our process that works best for us, that we feel works. And I will also say that we really do work hard to be open to everyone who approaches us in interest of adopting someone, because we just don't know the complete story. You can't, again, judge. You have to allow people to provide their story and this and that. If there are some basics that just aren't there, like, previous veterinary care has not been in place, and their perception of how they want to care for the dog doesn't match our vision for that animal, then we usually will say, we just don't think we can, work a match for you.
Interesting.
Sometimes when you're talking with people, you hear the information you need to hear that helps you find the right situation. And we want the animals in homes, but it's our commitment to make sure they do not have to experience neglect or abandonment ever again, because that's why they're...
That's the mission.
That's the mission. That's how they got to us in the first place.
I love it. I love it. Caringforcreatures.org. We have pinned the donation link in the comment section. Please donate to CFC. It's a secure link. The applications are on the menu bar for you to fill out and to enter and to rescue these animals. I know. Donna needs a home. Yeah. Get Donna on screen if you can, Harris.
She's just like...
Fez is just passed out right now.
How did I get up here?
Fez is just like sleeping right now.
Finally.
Donna's like, what am I doing in Charleston?
Yeah. What's happening?
These dogs are absolutely amazing. Mary, anything that you could think of that we're not covering today?
Did we discuss extreme sleepovers at all?
I don't think we did.
Yeah, I was distracted in the beginning with all the puppy mess.
Yeah. We the extreme sleepovers, and I'm sure Mallory has some comments as well, are so helpful. And I'll let her tell you what we have learned about Luna.
Is this because the heat?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Gotcha.
the heat wave. And,
so we reach out
Luna.
to folks like when it's extremely hot or extremely cold and we know it's coming. We reach out to folks to see if they'd be able to take in any of our dogs to help make more indoor space for the remaining dogs at the sanctuary, because there's not enough indoor space for everybody there. So we got a few out on some really awesome extreme sleepover experiences, and a couple of those one dog, I was here with him last time. Dave the dog.
Dave
the
dog.
dog.
I love
Yes.
Dave the dog.
He was out on a sleepover, and it was going so well that they decided to keep him a little longer.
Yeah.
And he pretty much does what he did here. He lounges around and hangs out and is just generally happy to be wherever he's at and with whomever he's with. So, he's been doing great.
I want to put in a very quick comment. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but Jolene, if you are watching this at some point and you hear us talk about Dave, I want you to look Dave up on our website. See?
Yeah,
he's still up there. I think he might be good for Percy.
Yeah.
So we were talking about you guys and Percy. So sorry,
Yes.
go ahead.
And Percy was on a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, Percy
with
was
the
here with
House
Hal's
folks.
group.
Yeah, and then another dog that
Percy's a good dog.
He is
a
a good dog.
And it sounds like he's come
super
a long
sweet dog.
way.
He has come a very long way.
Yeah.
I've not seen him recently, but even when at the time he got adopted, he'd come so much further than when I first started. So I think he's where he's supposed to be.
Yeah,
he's just where
absolutely.
He's meant to be. But there's another dog that got out on extreme sleepover that I actually kind of, I won't say pushed onto the people, but highly suggested, because I wanted to know what she was like in a home. It's actually the dog that came in with another dog named Midnight. They were found living in a small wooden box in somebody's backyard in South Carolina. So it was Midnight and Luna, and my parents actually adopted Midnight. And they've just been astonished with how well she's done in a home. And to them, it was pretty obvious that at some point in her life, prior to being in that box, she was in a home. So I was curious if the same was for Luna. So I really suggested that Luna get out. And these folks ended up, they were swayed by me, so they went ahead and took Luna home, and they've just instantly, first night, fell in love with her. And there's still things that they're trying to work out. She's a little shy of strangers coming to the home, a little wary of men, but they're working through that stuff, and they've actually, I believe, decided that they kind of want to make it a longer-term thing than an extreme sleepover and just continue fostering her to kind of work through these things with her, and hopefully we'll have a lot more information about her when it comes to being in home. She's had no accidents in the house, so she's house trained. So Luna, I think that anyone watching looking for a smaller size lab, probably shepherd mix, check Luna out on our website. She's a really good dog, and I think that she's about ready to find her forever home.
What percentage of extreme sleepover dogs get adopted by the extreme sleepover hosts?
I don't know that. Since I've been here, I don't think I've had any.
Actually, I'm trying to think if there might have been one.
Did Jean?
No, you know who it was. Trapper.
Trapper.
Is a little sort of something Jack Russell Rat Terrier sort of combo, which means we're talking high wire act there, and he just full of himself, and these folks were volunteers, and they decided to help out with an extreme sleepover. Well, the husband fell madly in love with him at home. So Trapper is there now and ruling the world.
And you're doing those in obviously the heat, but the cold too?
Absolutely. If there's going to be a blizzard, a lot of snow, extreme cold, either extreme, hot or cold, we seek to get some of the dogs out. And as Mallory says, it opens up space at the sanctuary, so some who might be in outside spaces. Now, we do have heat in all the outside enclosures, but if there's going to be a blizzard, the fewer pens that we have to clear during a short period of time after the snow stops, the better. Yeah. So the more dogs we can get out, and safe and sound in a home, then it's easier on everybody, staff and volunteers who come out to help.
Linda O'Connor says, love our Sadie.
Oh, that's
Parentheses,
nice.
midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Linda, for watching. We relayed this on air. Like and share the stream, and please donate to CFC through the links in the comment box, please. Now in the hot summer months, it's more important than ever. I really enjoyed this. Harris, get those dogs on screen again so we can get them adopted. Mary, the show is yours.
You know, I'm going to put out a request. I don't know if this is going to bring anything or not, and it's not necessarily an extreme sleepover, but we have a dog that I would like an extended foster situation. I'm looking for someone who has some time, who's fairly dog savvy, hopefully a home with both a male and a female in it. Probably not a lot of children or other animals. I'm just, we would explain, but if the dog I'm thinking of, I just need to gather more information. So if there's anyone out there that's intrigued enough, give us a call and ask Mallory, and she'll fill you in on all the details. So I'd like that. I'm putting that request out to everybody.
I love it. Caringforcreatures.org is the website. Adopt and donate now, please. Follow them on Facebook. Sign up for their newsletter. Visit the sanctuary in Fluvanna. Get involved, get engaged, and participate. That would mean the world to everyone here, especially the founder, Mary Birkholz. Over 30 years of her life dedicated to this sanctuary in Fluvanna County. I hope they go. I think they will go. I see.
They absolutely will.
They're adorable. They're on screen. Harris, good job with the photos. I mean, these photos are amazing. Really follow them on Facebook. They do a very good job of personifying, Diane White, personifying the animals.
Yes.
I'm really impressed with that. Thank you kindly for joining us on the CFC show. You guys have a good afternoon. Ooh, your dogs are asleep.
They're asleep.
Perfect.
Now they'll be rowdy in the car.
they're
I'm
gonna
sure of
nuts.
it.
It always goes so, what time is it?
36.